Good morning, everyone. Firstly, just to apologize, the sound might be a little different yesterday and today. Technology letting me down again. Normally I have these little radio mics clipped onto me. Unfortunately, not working today, so I'm recording through the microphone on the phone itself. So hopefully you can hear me. Yesterday I mentioned the distinction between the Synoptic Gospels and John's Gospel. So today we have a look at the Gospel of John and his account of what happened. Mary of Magdalene arrives at the tomb. She can't find Jesus, and yet she then encounters Jesus. And she's given the instruction from Jesus, go and tell the others. Go and tell my brothers, he says. And again, we wonder what sort of reaction Mary had. What sort of reaction would the apostles have had? Would there have been joy or disbelief? Would there have been skepticism? Would there have been conviction? Would there have been confusion? Would there have been fear? Many emotions. And we are able to look at it and sort of say, yeah, well, it happened, because we are able to look with hindsight. But it's always important, I think, during these times to try to put ourselves in the situation, to understand just how those people experienced it. Not only the sadness and the injustice for all, but also the joy and the wonder of what they were experiencing. In the first reading today, which is from the Acts of the Apostles, and incidentally I didn't touch on it yesterday, but it was also the Acts of the Apostles, we start seeing the beginnings of the Christian church, although it wasn't called Christianity in the early years. But the Acts of the Apostles effectively traces the early years of the church, and how it is that after Jesus had died, what happened. So we find in the reading today that Peter has obviously been inspired, and I mean literally by the Holy Spirit, to go out and to speak to people. So they having initially been very fearful of the high priests and the Pharisees and the Sadducees and even the Romans. Now he's going out and he's speaking to people, and he spoke with such conviction that they tell us that more than 3,000 people were baptized that day. What a victory to be able to go out and to make that kind of difference. Those were the early disciples, early apostles. We challenged to maybe in our own little way to follow in the example. Have an amazing day. Keep well. See you then. God bless.